We all know the paintwork on Tesla Model 3s are not the most robust, and you want to avoid causing any damage when you clean it. So in this video, I'll show you how I clean my Model 3 and why you want to adopt a self-cleaning regime yourself and not trust others with the precious Tesla Model 3. So I can go from this to this in about half an hour. Now I think it would take me longer if I was to find somewhere to clean it, drive it there, wait for them to do the job and then drive it back, then do it myself. The caveat to this though is that I do have my Model 3 ceramic coated. For those of you that don't know what ceramic coating is, it's basically a layer of ceramic that gets added to your car and it makes the surface a lot harder and more hydrophobic. The idea is it should help prevent micro scratches, reduce stone chips and make the dirt a lot harder to stick to the surface of your Model 3. So a heavy rainstorm can actually end up cleaning your car for you. You can choose different standards of ceramic coat lasting from anything between 2 and 5 years. I opted for the 5-year option because that's going to last me a lot longer and it's a little bit thicker when you first get it. How this fits into my cleaning process is, in theory, once the water hits the dirt, it all flies off and makes cleaning a lot easier. That's how I can get it done in about half an hour. The other huge bonus is you don't have to add any products at the end of the cleaning process. There's no wax or ceramic wax that you add or polish. It's just clean, dry, done. The downside is it's not cheap though. It'll cost you anything between probably £700 and £1,000. And they'll also probably add in a polishing process in there as well. Because if, like me, my Model 3 came with some micro scratches already on from when Tesla had cleaned it in preparation for delivery. And if you put the ceramic coat on top of the micro scratches, then they're going to stay there because it seals them in. So you need to remove all the micro scratches, make the surface completely perfect, and then apply the ceramic coat. So whether you choose a ceramic coat or not is going to completely depend on your budget and realistically how much you care about your paintwork. I'll show you some of the products I was using before I got my ceramic coat, because I got my ceramic coat in the February, which would have been almost about 6 months after I got my car. They left the car looking good, but probably didn't offer the same amount of protection as a ceramic coat would. Also, I'm not getting any money for recommending any of these products. It's just all the products I found through research on YouTube, mainly looking at detailers' YouTube channels, because they're the ones that know how to best look after your car. So the normal process would be Snowfoam with a jet wash, rinse it all off, wash with car shampoo and a mitt, rinse it all off and then simply dry it all, and that's me done. Because don't forget, with the ceramic coat I don't need to add a wax product at the end of it. First of all, then, the Snowfoam process. The idea is the detergent is going to create a thick lathery foam all over your car. That foam is going to cling to the dirt, and as it drops and drips off the car, it takes all the dirt with it. To create the foam, you're going to need a jet washer. Now, I bought the Karcher K2, which cost about £100 and seems to do the job absolutely fine. With that setup, I got a free sample bottle of car shampoo, which came like this. And once I've used that, I can now use that as my container to put my own Snowfoam in, which is pretty handy. It comes with the nozzle, so just make sure you get the right version and that you get the nozzle included. And then there you go, you're good to go, making your own Snowfoam. So the product I used before I got my ceramic coat was this, which was Built Hamber Auto Snowfoam. Researched through many detailer YouTube channels and it seemed to do the trick really well. It was really great at cutting through all the grime and grease that you picked up from the road, and that's because it was very alkalotic. It had a pH of 13. The problem is it will also strip away my ceramic coat. So if you've got a ceramic coat on your car, make sure you're aiming for a pH neutral Snowfoam. So we're looking for around a pH of 7. And because of that, I swapped over to this one, which is Valet Pro. You can see I need to order some more of it. But this was supposedly, where it says on the bottle, pH neutral formula. I've looked into it. I think the pH is actually 8, so it's not strictly pH neutral, but it's as close as you're going to get. And this seems to do a much better job of not removing any products that I might put on the car. What I hadn't realised though was that every time I was washing my car with the Built Hamber product, because it was alkalotic, it was actually washing away all the wax product or ceramic wax I'd applied last time. So each time I washed my car, which is probably every couple of weeks, it was like starting from afresh. And a lot of these products, they're better to use over time and you kind of build up the product as you go on and on. So it might be worth switching to a pH neutral Snowfoam anyway, even if you don't have a ceramic coat. Talking of wax products, I used 2 before I got my car ceramic coated. One was Autoglym Aqua Wax. And this is a lazy man's wax, I'm not going to lie, because you basically spray it on the car when your car is still wet, and then you're effectively drying off the car whilst you're waxing it, and then you'll need to do a little bit of buffing at the end. And I just found this gave really nice feel to the Model 3, as well as pretty good water protection. The other product I used was Meguiar ceramic wax, which was promoted as giving your Model 3 a ceramic coating, just one that didn't last as long as the one you paid £1,000 for. It was a little bit trickier to use. Sometimes I put on too much, sometimes I put on too little, but once I got the hang of it, it seemed to work really well. The problem that I had with it was the fact that you're meant to use it over time, and if you use it frequently, it builds up onto your car to give that ceramic coating effect. Now, because I was using Built Hamber Auto Foam PH13, it was stripping it away, so it was like I was starting afresh every single time I cleaned my car. So I don't think I ever really got the true effect of it. Now, my mate started using it when he was using the pH neutral Snowfoam, and he started to get the ceramic coating effect where you get the water beading, and it seemed to work really well as a product. I just wish I'd discovered that before I got my ceramic coating. So those are the products that would be added at the end of the final rinse before you dry your car off completely. Now, because I've got the ceramic coating, I don't have to add that, because you don't add any of the products if you've got a ceramic coating on your car. So the Valet Pro instructions are that you'll add 150 millilitres of product to 1 litre of fluid, which this container is 500 mils. So you might actually end up using 2 of these depending on the size of your car, and put 75 ml in each. Then you're going to snow foam the entire of the Model 3, let the foam really work into the dirt and grime and hopefully drip most of it off your car. Don't leave it for more than 10 minutes, and ideally you don't want to let it dry completely, especially in direct sunlight. In fact, I think there's even a warning on the bottle, so avoid that if you can. So the reason for the snow foam process is that it's a touchless clean, and the idea is that the dirt and grime will cling to the foam, fall off before you even get near to rubbing anything into the soft paint of your Tesla Model 3, and that should prevent any micro scratches or swirls appearing in your paintwork. Once it's had time to react to the grime, then you're going to jet wash it off. Now start panel at a time so you don't miss anything, and start at the top and work your way down so that all the dirt kind of runs off your car. Avoid putting the jet washer on any cameras or sensors of your Tesla Model 3, and hopefully all the tougher dirt and grime is going to come off on this process that didn't come off with the foam. So in theory we pretty much have a clean car now, so as we rub it with our mitt, we're not going to be rubbing anything into the soft paintwork of the Tesla Model 3. You then put the car shampoo in one bucket, mixing it with the jet washer because that'll activate all the substances in the shampoo and make it nice and foamy. The foam will act as a bit of a lubricant on your Model 3's paint surfaces and avoid any micro scratches appearing from any residue that is left on the car that you might rub in. So don't be afraid to squeeze it and get all that foam out the mitt. With the car shampoo, I didn't do a huge amount of research. I just bought one that was pH neutral. So if anyone's got any recommendations, please let me know. But the one I went for was Autoglym shampoo and conditioner because I'm worth it. The reason for the 2 buckets is, in theory, as I rinse in the second bucket, all the dirt and grime should fall off my mitt and not hang in the water, and reduces the chance of me rubbing that into the paintwork of the Tesla. By the book, I should have a grit guard in the bottom of the rinse bucket, but I don't, so shoot me. So it's mitt into the wash bucket, get loads of foam, squeeze it onto your Model 3 for the lubricant, into the rinse bucket, squeeze out all the grime, into the wash bucket, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. That's all you've got to do until you've got a lovely, shiny Tesla Model 3. Now I do panel at a time because I've got a really bad memory. I was bad as a kid. I used to put my Lego products somewhere and then forget where they were, so I could never build them. So I just start panel at a time, and then I can't lose track and miss a panel as I go along. I also start at the top of my Model 3 because then hopefully any water is just going to drip down, and generally the bottom is dirtier, so I'll save that till last. Once that's done, I then rinse off again, but this time I put my Karcher on the mix setting because I think that creates larger water droplets, which is better at removing the leftover foam, and you're not looking to clean or blast any of the product off at this stage. And that's it. Then I finally go off and dry my car off. Now, I have this product which is awesome, and it's basically a squeegee, but this is great for cleaning and drying off the roof. Because it's all glass, you can run this over the surface really easily. Now I started off with just a normal window or shower squeegee, and then I managed to get this on Amazon and it does the trick. You'll supposedly be able to use this on paintwork as well, but I don't risk that, so I just use this on any of the glass surfaces and it does the trick brilliantly. Then I go over all the paint surfaces with my poorer quality microfiber cloth just to get the majority of the water off, rinsing it out often, again panel at a time because I'll forget otherwise. Ideally you want to clean your Tesla Model 3 in overcast weather, because if you clean it in direct sunlight, it's going to dry off naturally and leave all those ugly watermarks all over it. If you have to clean your car in the sun like I did here, make sure you dry the side that's facing the sun first, because that's going to obviously dry the quickest. Once I've took the majority of water off with the poorer microfiber cloth, I then go over it with a better quality one, just to really get that shine out and put all those finishing touches to it. And no matter how hard I try, the wing mirrors always insist on dropping water about half an hour after I finish cleaning my car, all down the sides, and then they dry and leave watermarks anyway. If anyone's got a solution to this, please tell me, because I try and dry it every time. I'm thinking maybe a hairdryer. And then that's it. I tuck my Model 3 away so it can be nice, dry and shiny in my garage, ready to be rained on the next day on my way to work in typical UK weather. usually clean my car about 2 to 3 times a month. It depends how much I've used it and how dirty it is. To be fair, today it wasn't that dirty. I was just doing it so I could demo how I clean my Model 3 for you guys. The ceramic coats are based on if you wash your car once a week. So if you've got a ceramic coat that lasts 3 years, it will probably also say or 150 washes. So waxes, ceramic waxes and ceramic coats are going to help protect your Model 3's soft paintwork for a lot longer. The Snowfoam stage is going to remove all the dirt and grime that might get rubbed into your paintwork and cause micro scratches. Avoid automatic car washes, letting anyone wash your car, and even Tesla service centres, because if they don't apply the right process, then that dirt is going to be rubbed into your soft paintwork and cause micro scratches on your Tesla Model 3. Follow that advice and it should mean you have a brighter, shinier Tesla Model 3 forevermore. Next week's video is going to be tips and tricks for driving your Tesla Model 3 in winter. Hit subscribe if you don't want to miss that, and I know it's only October, but I've turned the heating on in my house, so in my eyes, it's winter. And also, some of these tips and tricks are going to be applicable now because we're getting those colder nights, especially if your Model 3 is parked outside. I'll never say no to a thumbs up, so please hit that if you like this video. And also, if you've got any friends with dirty cars, feel free to share this video with them, because the tips and tricks don't apply just to Tesla Model 3s, it will apply to any dirty car. That's all for now, thank you for watching, and I will see you again soon.